Hi y'all, this is Diane with teachingyoutoblog.com, and today we're going to talk about how to add social sharing buttons to your blog. I'm back here in the back end because I'm going to run over a few things with you about this, but I'm also going to be running along with this so that it goes with the post just right. We've talked about all kinds of ways to set up your blog and your search engine optimization and all that, but I don't know that anybody goes a day without checking Facebook or Twitter or any of the social media platforms that are out there, including Pinterest. So we need to be in the face of our readers. We need to stay relevant and current in their face. If you just have your blog set up and you don't have any social sharing platforms, or you don't share to any social sharing platforms, you will soon be forgotten. People don't check blogs every day like they used to. Years ago, they would come to your blog every day or a few times a day to see if you'd updated and put anything on it, new on it. And now they don't do that anymore. They pretty much go in their Facebook news feed or their Instagram feed, or they're searching on Pinterest or Google. They don't really follow blogs the way they used to. So we have to adapt and change with that. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that we are on all the social media platforms that we feel comfortable with, and we need to make sure that we stay in their feed, wherever that is. The one thing I'll tell you is don't spread yourself really thin. Don't choose every social media platform out there. I've listed a few here, but I'm not even active on all of these or super active anyway, because it's just a lot. You have a lot to do with your blog without having 900 social media platforms to post to. So I would say don't spread yourself too thin. And I would also say to choose the ones that you're most comfortable with, especially in the beginning. You want to start with the ones that you are most comfortable with, because it'll be easier for you to do everything you need to do. It'll be more second nature than having to learn an entire social media platform. But how will your readers know where to find you on social media if there's nothing on your blog to tell them where you hang out on social media? They don't go to social media. They don't go to Facebook and type in your blog name to see if you have a Facebook page. Generally, people won't do that. Somebody might, period. But anyway, so you just want to go ahead and make it easy for them. So what we're going to do is let me back up for a second. Let me make sure that we talk about email is the best tool you have. Your email newsletter is the best tool you have to keep your readers updated and to keep your readers. Facebook can make changes, and they do every day, that affect us wildly. I have one huge Facebook page that gets so little reach now. It's ridiculous. It used to get really, really good reach, and now it gets very little reach. I have over 350,000 people on that page, and sometimes less than 100 people will see what I post on that page. So used to, 15, 16, 17,000 and up would see what I posted. So it's really changed a lot. And Twitter changes their algorithm. Instagram is owned by Facebook, so they change their algorithm as often as Facebook changes theirs. Pinterest changes things. They're trying to make it easier for users. In my opinion, they're making it way harder, because users just want to see what they asked to see, and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter are all trying to show you what they think you want to see, which is annoying to me, and I'm not going to get off on that little tangent, because I can rant all day about that. But your newsletter that you send out and you create and you control, that's the one thing that you have control over. You own that list. You own that list of people. You may not own the platform that's actually sending out your email, but those people signed up to get your email, what you write, and want to keep up with you in their email box. So that's your most important one. But again, it's always good to have social media to back that up as well. once you've chosen the social media platforms that you want to use to do your social media sharing on, then you need to add social media buttons somewhere on your site that people can find to know where to follow you. So here on this blog, I have Twitter, Facebook, Google+, Pinterest, YouTube, and Instagram. If you want to follow me on any of these, you just click on one of them and it will take you to where you can subscribe, which this is YouTube. It doesn't cost to subscribe. You just follow me so you'll know every time I put up a new video. So that's kind of what you want. You want to make this easy for your readers to find. You want them to be able to find you. Do not confuse this with sharing buttons. Sharing buttons are completely different. Sharing buttons are where people share your stuff, and that is a whole different thing. So say here, people will share to Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest by clicking on this, and it will bring up a way for them to share your post with people that follow them. This is for people to follow you, and this is for people to share with their followers what you've done. So we're talking about these today. We'll talk about these another day for sure. So what we want to do is we want to, you can use a plugin to do this. A lot of themes come with a set already installed widget for you to use for this, and you can use that one. If you use Jetpack plugin on your site, Jetpack has one. You can search the internet and pick social media buttons that you see that are cute little pictures that you can make into your social media buttons. There's lots of different ways to do it, and there are plugins. When you search for a plugin to use, make sure that you're looking for social media icons, not social media share buttons. We don't want to share right now. That's not what we're talking about. So make sure that you're looking for social media icons, not social media share buttons. Share is the optimum word here. So you're not looking to share this. On one of my sites, using the widget that came with my blog, this is what it looks like. I was able to put the follow us up there myself, and then I added my Twitter, my Facebook, my G+, my Pinterest, and my Instagram links to this in a widget, in the widget area, which we've talked about before. We'll go look at that in just a minute. You're usually able to coordinate those with your blog colors and put it on your sidebar. So this was the one that came with my site. I found it over here. It said social. It'll say social icon, something like that. Remember, don't use the one that says share. And then all I did was I titled it Follow Us. That's going to show up on your site. If you don't put Follow Us in there, or you don't put anything in there, nothing will be there on that in the title area. And then you just fill in your links of all the places that it offers. Some of them don't offer every place maybe that you want, so then you would want to go get a plugin. But this is found in Appearance and Widgets. Your theme, most themes have a plugin, have a widget somewhere back here where you can find it in your appearances. So on this site, I use this one, which we just looked at. This is what I use. It's the Social Media Flying Icons plugin. It's called flying because they can fly in from the left-hand side, land on the right-hand side, and then they follow and float as the people are scrolling down your page. So you can use a plugin if you want to. Again, don't look for share, look for social media icons. And we did talk about choosing and installing plugins for your blog already, so you can go to that if you need to. But once I installed that plugin, I found it in my dashboard on the side, and I just clicked on that, and I clicked on Settings to go there and set what I wanted, what they offered. So they offered me to be able to change the size. So when I first put it up, there was a lot of white space. It fit like right in there, and I wanted to fill in that white space. So I was able to go in and knock it up to 48, and it made it fill out pretty well. They have 30 different themes, so I was able to pick whichever theme that I wanted. And on this site, I was able to, one second, let me close that so I can show you. On this site, I chose to put them here underneath my little blurb here, and I made them heart-shaped. And so that's what those look like on that site. And it's the same plugin. I just used one of the themes that came with it. So once I did that, it was easy to just add all the links. Oops, I forgot to put that picture in. I was able to add all my links to my social media sites and then choose let me see if I can find that. I'm not going to do that now. I'm just going to waste your time if I do that. So it was super simple because once I did that, I scrolled down a little bit further. I put in all my links because it offered all the links of the places that you wanted. And then at the bottom, it says, well, maybe I will add the picture because you'll be able to see what I'm going to show you a short code. It's right here. And we'll pop this in without doing anything that I'm supposed to do, just so that we can speed it up for y'all. So see, I was able to put in all my links. There's more links up here. I just didn't make the picture that big. Then on this one, I chose manual only. This is that flying one that I talked about. So I chose manual only using a short code, and it won't float, it won't fly, it won't do anything. And I'm going to hand code it. So after I put in all my links that I wanted to use, you don't have to fill them all in, just the ones you want to use. And then I chose manual, which you can choose the flying or anything else. But then I grabbed this short code. Make sure that you grab it all, the little outside little brackets, the brackets and everything. And then all I did was pop it in to a widget. Let me show you that. Well, after I did this, you scroll down a little bit further and you click on settings, save settings configuration or save configuration. And once you've done that, then you can go over to your widgets area and grab a text widget, just a plain old text widget. This one right here. And again, you can put follow us or anything in the title or leave the title blank. And then go to the text tab, throw that code in, remember those brackets and everything, throw that in and hit save. After you save the configurations, which is down a little bit further here, then you do this and you put it in. Then you just go to your site and you look to see if it fits, or you go back and change the size, or you go back and add a different URL. After you do this, though, I suggest you click on every one and make sure every one of them goes exactly where you want them to go, because you don't want somebody telling you that they couldn't find it later. Now, that's how to do that plugin. This is one of my other sites, and on this site, I use these, which, let me scroll down. Yeah, I use these. I just thought these matched the site because it's pink and everything, so I made them the right pink. So I grabbed all of these images that I found just by searching Google and found that they were free to use. I grabbed them, and what I do is I kind of cheat when I code something like this by hand. I put all these pictures in, which were all the same size, in a post. Then I added the links to them just like I would add a link to an image in a post. And I wrote in them, follow us on Facebook, in the back of the picture in a post, just like we do already. Then I switched to the text area, the tab to the text in the post, and I grab all that code and I go get a regular text widget just like we did a second ago. I grab a regular text widget and then I put up here if I want something, and then I just throw it in here in the text tab. I throw that HTML in there, that code, and then hit save, and that comes up just like this. And these are all buttons to all of my social sites. So that's the easiest way to do that for me, to hand code something. It's just do it in a post, set it up exactly the way you want it because you know how to work in a post, and then just grab that code and throw it in a text widget, and it works. Super simple and easy. So that's what it looks like on that site, and it's really easy to do that way. Now, this is a friend of mine. This is just another example of social share icons you can find on the internet, and she likes to write about travel, food, wine, gardening, yada yada. And these are all alcohol glasses, and she found these and thought these were just too cute, and so she had someone install these in her header. I suggest you can put your social icons in your header. If you do something like this, I would suggest you use a web developer, someone who can do it for you, because it requires extra code and you don't want to do anything that's it's a little bit more difficult. So you want somebody to do that for you. This is her site. And you can see these little icons take you to her pages. And that's exactly what they're meant to do. So the other thing is let me get back to where I was, is some sites have just a built-in, when you go to customize and click on customize, and on your site when it's open, and then you go down to, let's see if it's in menus, no, widgets, no, okay, so let's try this site, customize, and this one I believe is in menus. This is a different theme. It all depends on your theme. That's what it's all about. What it does and how it does it. So in menus on this site, I would choose the socials menu. I would fill in all my links for these and put the name of them and everything. And then they would show up right here in just very small, like we saw earlier in the post. They would show up even smaller than this, because I actually had them done earlier. Really, really tiny. And they would be up here in the menu bar, just real tiny up there. And so that's the reason I changed them out, because they were too tiny. And they were a lighter font and a different font. They didn't give me the option to change all that. So I kind of like these better because they kind of stand out and grab people's eye where the other doesn't. So that is, that's pretty much, I'm looking through to see if we missed anything, but that's pretty much how it works. It's super simple to do it. You just want to make sure that you are on social media so that you keep your readers' attention so that you don't lose them, because they'll go off and find somebody else and be following them because they have social media and you don't. So make sure that you get them on your social media sites, and this is one of the ways to do that. The next time we will talk about how to add the social share buttons that we talked about earlier. Those are done with plugins and different things like this too, but there are a gazillion of those as well. So if you have any questions, or if you need, also I said in this post, if you need a name or information for a web developer, I've used 1,000, so I can help you with that. Just send me an email and I'll be happy to help you with that. So this is Diane with Teaching You to Blog, and I hope I didn't talk too long on this video, but I hope you're able to get your social sharing or your social media icons up and ready to go. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.